Tonight's story has real spirit to it. Welcome to Urban Legends. Sometime in the 1990s, men from Karnataka in India began to go missing at night. This was strange because they always disappeared from inside of their homes. Things got so bad that the police thought it must be the work of a serial killer, despite no trace of any evidence. And eventually, a curfew was called. Once it got dark, nobody could leave their houses, which were to be locked up. But then things became even worse. A young wife said that she saw her husband speaking to his sister through the front door, which was strange because the sister should have been in her own house. But as the wife looked through the window, she saw it was an old woman standing there, perfectly mimicking her husband's sister. Word began to spread, and other people had seen the same thing. It would knock on the door, sometimes 5 or 6 in a night, and speak to the man of the house in the voice of a loved one, asking him to let it inside. Those who did were never seen again. During the daytime, people would congregate and recall what they knew about the old woman. Eventually, somebody came up with the idea of writing Nale Ba on the outside of their door, which means come tomorrow in English. This worked and that family were left alone. However, the more people who followed this strategy, the worse she would target those who forgot. More and more people began to write Nale Ba on their doors, and, in time, sightings of the old woman began to diminish. Though occasionally you would hear a story about somebody being taken, there was always great debate about whether it was a witch or a vengeful spirit. But whatever it was definitely not human. If you were to visit Karnataka, you would still see the writings on doors and walls to keep families protected. And if I were you, I would make sure that the place you were staying in had it written somewhere too. Because after the sun sets, you may find that the old woman may come out, searching for souls to take back to wherever she was from. The story of the Nale Ba spirit is very popular all across Karnataka, and the date of April the 1st is dedicated to her. In some versions of the story, the spirit is a bridal ghost looking for a new husband. Sometimes she is a witch who dabbled too far into the dark arts. In all stories, she can perfectly mimic the voices of loved ones in order to trick the unsuspecting male of the house into opening the door. That concludes tonight's story. I'll see you next time for more urban legends.